Good evening, everybody. Welcome. Madam Clerk?
Councilwoman Von Rudenberg. Here. Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Here.
Deputy Mayor Sims.
Here.
Councilman Battaglia.
Here.
Mayor LaBrus.
Here.
This meeting is being held in accordance with the Open Public Meeting Act, NJSA 10:4-6 et sec. Notice having been published according to law with a copy of file in the city clerk's office and a copy being posted on the bulletin board in City Hall.
Thank you. Would everybody please rise for the flag salute? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Steve's going to be like a school kid now. Thank you. All right, we're going to go right to the agenda. Mr. City Manager?
Good evening, Mayor and Council. This is the agenda for the Committee of the Whole for Monday, December 18th. First item is the discussion item for the Code Blue policy. Last time we met, there was a discussion of how we were going to handle homeless or people in need, what they were going to do as far as when the temperature got low or they needed shelter or conditioning. So our OEM coordinators, Deputy Chief Nyland, has basically reviewed the Bergen County Emergency Management Plan and basically looked at their Code Blue alert program, which determines the temperatures will reach 25 degrees Fahrenheit or lower without precipitation, or temperatures which will reach 32 Fahrenheit or lower with precipitation, or the National Weather Service wind chill temperatures will be 0 degrees. This is the conditions for 2 hours, basically trumps this. Obviously, it's voluntary. We can't physically force people into shelters, but we certainly want to make sure that everybody's safe. So before you tonight is this Code Blue policy, which basically is an adaptation of the Bergen County Code Blue policy.
This was, real quick, this was at the last quarterly collaborative meeting I was at Human Services for the county. They brought this up, and I thought it would be a good idea if we followed suit and had this, especially since we are the county seat and are located in our city. But, yeah, it's important to get these people, if possible, off the street, especially in these rough conditions. Very, very important. And try to keep them out of harm's way. Thank you.
Second on the list is the resolution supporting the drive sober or get pulled over crackdown. Resolution identifies that these programs help or work to help impaired drivers on national roads. Killed is 10,497 people in 2016, whereas 20% of the motor vehicle fatalities in New Jersey are alcohol related. This program basically identifies police operations that are going to pay overtime to either set up checkpoints or random patrols to remove these intoxicated individuals off the roadway and make people safe. And obviously, because of parties and conditions, there seems to be more alcohol consumed around holidays. So this is part of that program, and this is the funding for that program to exist.
Okay, thank you.
Number 3 is the amendments to the State Street one-way ordinance. I don't know if Steve needs any comments to be made or anything, but through the efforts of Steve and John Jar, I think we finally have the ordinance in place.
Yeah, I mean, sorry. One-way streets are listed in the Hackensack City Code. So obviously, if we're going to be changing them, I think we're taking one out, putting one in. So it's just a simple amendment to the city code. I guess this is, when is this actually taking effect?
The actual conversion will be on December 26th, will be the conversion. The Friday before Christmas will be at 1 o'clock. We're going to start to implement some of the transfer and changes, because obviously we have to stripe a double yellow down the middle of State Street. we have to start putting in cross blocks and the lineage and the signage and the lines on the roadway to narrow it or identify parking. So all of that has to be done ahead of time. And hopefully, inclement weather won't happen. The other thing is the city has basically put together almost 600 traffic cones because we're going to cone State Street the full length to prevent somebody who obviously only has known it as a one-way street. When it becomes a two-way, my fear is that someone will either not remember, and I'm hoping that the traffic cones will certainly guide them and keep them safe.
So just a quick recommendation, you should talk to the traffic folks, and just probably because this ordinance will not take effect until January, they'll probably need to issue some sort of special traffic order or some sort of documentation, for the record, because
It takes 40 days, right?
Well, I mean, it'll be first reading tonight, and second reading will be at the meeting on January 9th, and then it would take effect 10 days afterwards. So January 19th would be the official date
Less
that
than
the
30
ordinance
days.
would be changed. So in the meantime, I believe that the police department has the right to issue, kind of a temporary traffic order that should just cover us for that interim period.
Right.
So I'd recommend you do that.
And Holt Street's already gone one way.
Yep.
So that's already happened, so I don't know if we need to do the same there or not.
Yeah, I mean,
But
you
that's
should
already
just-
in operation as a one-way street.
Okay, so just a recommendation, just that, we have the paperwork in place, that's all.
And I didn't notice, but the part of State Street is, the one block, I think, is still staying one way up north of Passaic Street, maybe? Coming down, you know where I'm
No,
talking
from
about?
Passaic straight through, when you come down Passaic
Passaic Street through,
and-
but
and-
north of that,
Ward?
No,
Like from
well, that
Passaic to
one way.
Ward.
Yeah, Ward.
Yeah, that's only
That-
one
so
way
it's not
because you
State
make
Street
that
there.
jug handle.
all right.
You're right.
I'm not sure if that's considered State Street.
Yeah, it's that.
State Street.
It's a curve.
It still is state.
Still State
yeah.
Street, yeah,
Station.
It's just where that bend
because
is.
that will not be two-way.
Right. Okay, next is number 4, which is a shared service agreement with Bergen County for our animal control. Bergen County provides the services in the shelter for the animals. You have the resolution in front of you. It basically, under shared services, shows a 3-year contract, 2018, 19, and 20. And it has the not to exceed figures in there, and they provide the animal control and sheltering for the city. I guess this is pretty standard when the renewals come up. Any questions about that?
No.
Okay, last on my list is the extension of the redevelopers designation for Green Street. This project has been around a period of time, at least during my tenure, but we have not gotten to the process or the period where the developer could move on and we're comfortable with it. So they have reached out to me for an extension. I spoke to Brian, who is going to write an extension, an agreement that I'm going to sign, allowing for this development to continue for another period of 12 months, and we'll hopefully be able to move all the issues that have come in front of this project and see if we can clean things up and move forward. And this is for the Capitaglia agreement over Green Street and the redevelopers designation.
Okay.
And that would complete the city manager's report.
Any questions on the 5 items? Seeing none? Need a motion to open to the public, please.
Offer.
Second.
Roll call?
Councilwoman Von Rudenberg.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Sims.
Aye.
Councilman Pataglia.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye. Anybody from the public who would like to speak, you please come to the podium, give your name and address to the clerk. You'll have 3 minutes. Seeing no one, motion to close to the public.
Offer.
Second.
Roll call?
Councilwoman Von Rudenberg.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Sims.
Aye.
Councilman Pataglia.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye. Need a motion to go into closed session, please.
Offer.
Second.
Roll call?
Councilwoman Von Rudenberg.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Sims. Councilman Pataglia.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye.
Whereas the mayor and council of the city of Hackensack deem it necessary to discuss certain actions under section 7B7 and 7B8 of the Open Public Meetings Act which pertains to matters falling within attorney-client privilege, ongoing litigation, and personnel matters concerning the employment of a current or prospective public employee. Whereas the mayor and council of the city of Hackensack is of the opinion that such circumstances may presently exist, and whereas the mayor and council wishes to discuss the following issues: personnel matters, ongoing litigation, matters involving attorney-client privilege, matters involving the purchase, lease, or acquisition of real property, any pending or anticipated litigation or contract negotiations. Now therefore be it resolved that the mayor and city council of the city of Hackensack deem it necessary to exclude the public from this discussion. The outcome of the discussion will be disclosed within 90 days or at such time as the interests of the city do not require confidentiality.
Thank you.
It's only 6:40. We have time for a pizza or something.
Say a little quick today, huh?
Yeah, I have two workers' comp matters that need to be discussed. One is Justin Donovan, the other is Thomas Hart. That's all I have.
Okay. With that, we will see everybody at 8 o'clock for the council meeting. Thank you. Good evening, everybody. Madam Clerk,
Okay, we need a motion to close the executive session.
motion to close the executive session, please.
Offer.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Just,
Motion.
I was gonna say, just to note for the record, we did discuss the Parham case and the Luna Diaz case for the record.
Okay. Yep, on the record. I need a motion to close the executive session, please.
Motion to close the cow.
The cow.
Offer.
Need a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay.